Hello and welcome back to Geek Space. I'm Cade.
What was that?
Today we're talking about...
You're not going to introduce me? You're just going to say your name?
This is Anthony.
Yeah, thank you.
For all those of you who don't know...
It's rude. Like, how are you going to say your name and then not introduce me? That's
in the last video...
That's lazy.
In the last video we had Chad. He knew how to do it.
Then go get Chad then. Go get...
Hello and welcome back to Geek Space. I'm Cade and this is Anthony.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's so hard.
Today we're talking about Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. We're going to review it, rate it.
Talk about it. Yeah. No, everything. How it...
Talk about something else, because that's what we do too.
Yeah, usually.
Mm-hmm. So maybe a little DC here and there.
Probably.
Throw it in somewhere. But, yeah. Well,
R.I.P. Kevin Conroy.
Yeah, let's take a moment of silence for that real quick.
Moment of silence for Kevin Conroy.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.
Okay, moment of silence over.
Yeah, if you don't know who that is,
Get off our channel.
yes, you can unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe.
It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't. We just hit 50. Kevin Conroy is the Batman. He did the voice of the Batman the animated series. He does the Batman. He does the voice of Batman and
Justice League Unlimited, the Arkham video games, the Injustice video games. He did it for.
He also does it for the Suicide Squad animated movies.
He did the live action older Bruce Wayne in the CW Crisis in Infinite Earths.
Bro, I saw a video of him talking about that. I about lost it.
He was Batman.
Yeah, he said in that video, he said, I always wanted to play live action Batman, but I knew I was getting older and older. He goes, but I didn't realize it. I aged perfectly into older Bruce, and I was able to play him live action.
Yeah.
And I was like, at least got to do that, you know? He had a good life.
He did.
You know? Man, like that was childhood ended for me, you know? And then he had to go and he ruined it even further.
What did I do?
He said the next person that we have to lose now is Mark Hamill.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a sad day, but we're not gonna talk about that. We're supposed to talk about Wakanda Forever.
Yes.
That's what we're talking about today.
I rated it a 4.5 out of 5.
I gave it a 2 out of 3. I'm just kidding. I agree with the 4.5 out of 5.
Spoiler alert from here on out, because we're about to explain why it's a 4.5 out of 5 and not a 5 out of 5. Some people will argue with us that it is a 5 out of 5. It is a great movie.
Some people will argue that it's less than a 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah, some people might even argue 2 out of 3 is perfect.
I want to meet those people who rated it 2 out of 3.
It was a good movie.
It was very good.
It was really good.
Cinematically, it was just beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I love the... Visually, it was beautiful. The soundtrack was amazing. Just everything.
Yeah.
I just thought it was an amazing movie.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely pulls on your heartstrings quite a bit. I did not expect it to be as sad as it was.
It was definitely sad. So I had talked about in the video before my expectations on it, how I wanted his death to be vague. I didn't want it to be this big, overblown thing to where it's like, come watch this for Chadwick, you know? This is a tribute to Chadwick. He would want you to watch it. Stuff like that. I wanted it to be a vague death, and I feel like they did that pretty well.
Well, there's that, but with a lot of movies, when they say in memory of or dedicated to a certain actor or someone who's passed, when I say they dedicated this movie to Chadwick Boseman, they dedicated this movie to Chadwick Boseman. You got his presence throughout the whole movie when he wasn't even in the movie.
Let me correct myself. I mean, it's not terrible that they dedicated it to him. I just didn't want them to use him as marketing. I didn't want them to take
no, they didn't use him as marketing at all.
Yeah, I didn't want them to take what happened to him in real life and take it into the movie aspect of things and kind of
in a way they did
because... But they didn't go out of proportion.
No.
That's what I was trying to say.
In the movie, T'Challa's death mirrors Chadwick's death in real life. In the movie, T'Challa had an illness that he was battling by himself, and he ends up just passing away, which kind of leads Shuri down the road that she is, because she's dealing with that death, and then throughout the movie she's dealing with other things as well. Her mom, what's the queen's name? I forget the queen's name. We're gonna put it up somewhere here. Again, spoiler alert, she ends up passing away too. So, and I think overall this movie kind of recaps what Phase 4, in my opinion, has been about, because this was the end of Phase 4. In my opinion, Phase 4 has been about three things. It's been about trauma, loss, and how to cope with loss. Four things, my bad. And then the passing of the torch type of thing. Because throughout all of Phase 4, you've seen a passing of the torch with every hero. You saw it in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Sam obviously got the mantle of Captain America. You see it in Hawkeye with Kate Bishop. You see it in Black Widow with her sister.
You got it this time.
I did.
Wow.
You see it in Black Widow with Yelena. You see it in She-Hulk. Not really as much of a passing of the torch, but another character added, to continue that lineage. You see it still in Wakanda Forever with Ironheart when it comes to Iron Man's lineage, I guess. I wouldn't say Spider-Man is passing of the torch when it comes to Iron Man. I don't want to go down that route, because
I would say that with this movie, it was more Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield passing the torch.
That's what I was going to say too. Mm-hmm. I feel Peter Parker, after No Way Home, grew into his own hero. He didn't really have a passing the torch from previous MCU heroes. You saw the passing of the torch in Wakanda Forever from T'Challa to Shuri. At the end of the movie, obviously, Shuri becomes the Black Panther, but she doesn't become queen. She just becomes the Black Panther. And then they have that whole fight tradition to see who becomes the next king or queen of Wakanda. And it looked like M'Baku was going to be the one to take it over, but we don't really get it for sure. He just is the one that says, I'm challenging for the right of king. And we don't see who steps up, if anyone steps up. Namor, I think, was done beautifully in this movie.
Namor.
Yeah. They call him Namor, though.
They do.
He's the only one that refers to himself as...
Namor.
Yeah.
No.
But they do refer to him as Namor in that way. I think he was done beautifully. I do, in my opinion, the only reason that Namor didn't win between that fight between Talokan and Wakanda is because Namor chose to walk away. If Namor would have chosen to fight, Wakanda would have been destroyed, in my opinion.
Dude, Namor was pretty overpowered.
Oh yeah, he was terrifyingly overpowered.
Oh my gosh.
He was, like I said, the only reason I think Wakanda survived the whole war between that throughout the movie is because Namor decided, I'm not going to do it right now. Like, not in that sense, but he was like, we're not going to fight anymore. And that's the only reason Wakanda survived. Because Talokan outnumbered them. I have no idea. They just... Numbers game was killing Wakanda.
Which Namor actually warned them about that throughout the movie, saying, like, the numbers of Talokan are...
significantly bigger.
It's enough to overpower Wakanda, I think is his exact wording of that. So it's like, it just, I like that he's not Atlantean. I really like it. They played with the Aztec part of his origin beautifully. It was so good. His origin story was like my favorite origin story so far. It was really good.
And they didn't... How do I put this? They didn't stick to like the comic accurate version of his origin story. They kind of did their own thing, which is what MCU is known for. But at the same time, they did keep. I did like his look. I liked the wing feet. I just overall Namor was just amazing. I can see. Obviously, I feel like he is going to come back, especially for Secret Wars in the comics. Well, I want to say it was 2015. I don't remember the actual year the storyline came out. But in the newer version of Secret Wars that they did, Namor played a big part. He was part of the Illuminati, which was introduced. Well, a version of the Illuminati was introduced in Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness. In this comic world, 616 universe, Namor was a part of the Illuminati, but they were struggling to decide what they should do about these incursions, because there was one incursion that was happening with the 616 universe, which they prevented by using the Infinity Gauntlet, but then the gems broke. And then there was more arguing within the Illuminati on how to deal with it again, because they knew it was happening again. And Namor was the hero that did what the other heroes didn't want to do. He blew up another world. So then he kind of turned over to be a villain, and he ended up creating the Cabal, which is consisted of Thanos, Maestro, Black Swan, the Maker, which is an alternate version, or it's the ultimate version of Reed Richards. He's a bad guy, lost his family and all that. So they're playing with, there goes our light. They're playing with that, where Namor doesn't look like Namor's going to be an issue at the moment, but he can definitely be a potential big bad in the future. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what they're setting up for. I've seen a lot of critiques or theories, I should say, about Doctor Doom being introduced in this movie. I was looking for it, but I didn't really see any hint about Doctor Doom being mentioned or introduced within Wakanda Forever.
I think one of my favorite things about this is, other than Ironheart, this was not a cameo-based movie.
No, and that was great too. Mm-hmm. It stuck to its story. It wasn't. I was looking for Doctor Doom mentions or stuff like that, but I didn't see any or hear any. Mm-hmm. I did like the character of Riri Williams. The whole movie of Wakanda Forever, the whole story kind of revolves around her and Shuri. Riri Williams builds a device around, and the government, without asking her, takes the device that she made and ends up going and looking for I almost said adamantium, vibranium. Adamantium hasn't been mentioned in the MCU yet.
Yeah, not yet.
No. I'm waiting for it, because they said there's no metal stronger than vibranium, but adamantium is. Adamantium is stronger than vibranium, and it can cut vibranium. I'm super excited for when they bring that up, because I really want there to be a scene where they say that if Wolverine, once he makes his appearance, they say that to Wolverine, like, "Oh, this is vibranium, you can't cut it," and he goes, whoosh. He's like, "Try again." Yeah. I want that, something like that along the lines.
We'll get that in Deadpool 3 probably.
Yeah, hopefully that'd be cool. So like they're looking for vibranium in the ocean, and that's where Namor comes in, because now they're interfering into his territory, because they're wondering how is there vibranium other than in Wakanda from this meteorite, and Shuri was like, well, the Earth is 70% water or something like that, and she's like, maybe there was another meteorite just fell in the ocean. So that's kind of how it goes, and then they go and find Riri Williams, which, like I said, I think her character development throughout the whole movie was really done really well.
Honestly, like I kind of liked Shuri's character development within this movie, because she wasn't against them, like Telecon. She wasn't against them. She wasn't against Namor. She actually was like, let's find a peaceful way to do this. And it was really like Namor that was like, oh no, screw you guys, you know.
Well, the reason Namor thought that is because Nakia killed one of his people when she went to save Shuri, and Shuri knew that too. That's what she tried to save her, and Nakia was like, "Nope, we're out of here." And then they're like, "Oh well, it's gonna be."
Then that's when the worst part of this entire movie happened. Namor went, attacked Wakanda, and drowned the Queen.
Yeah, she drowned the Queen.
That was rough. That was a really rough part of the movie.
Yeah. Then you can see in Shuri's character that she takes it more, and at this point she's taking more after Killmonger, because she wants revenge and she wants to get back at Namor for what he took from her. So then and I called it too, she ends up making a artificial flower, the same flower that gives the Black Panther
the heart-shaped herb.
She ends up making an artificial one, and takes it, and she enters the ancestral plane. Now, a lot of people, I'm assuming, were expecting to see Chadwick Boseman's character, T'Challa, but we end up seeing Killmonger instead, which, in my opinion, he looked twice as better as he looked in the second movie than he did in the first. I won't lie, he had longer dreads and everything. I was like, Okay, Michael B. Jordan. All right. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And then he was telling her how King T'Chaka was a murderer because obviously he murdered his father and his slash brother. King T'Challa was too noble and he didn't want conflict, and he feels that Shuri is more like him, like Killmonger. Mm-hmm. So there's a balance between all of it.
Yeah, because they took the heart-shaped herb to be heroes, while Killmonger took it to get vengeance. Mm-hmm. So he asked her, like, why did you take the heart-shaped herb? And she didn't really answer it, but everybody in there knew, like, why she took it, mm-hmm. It was a way she could have the strength to kill Namor.
And my brother, I was talking with my brother, Alex, the one who's going to be running our gaming channel. He had a very interesting point about the suit. Is the suit for the Black Panther nanotech, too? Because when Shuri was fighting, she had her gauntlets at one point, the ones she had in the first movie where she a part of the suit, and then they broke, and then she kind of just discarded them.
I could see them being nanotech. I don't know why they wouldn't use it.
Yeah, that was a good point, because I started thinking about it, and I was like, I don't know. I don't know if it's...
Even the helmet.
Yeah, so maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. Could be something that Shuri made herself, or who knows. Now, when it comes to the Ironheart suit...
Go Power Rangers.
Yeah, we're just going to add the theme song real quick. Yeah. Because that's what it kind of looked like. It looked like a Power Ranger suit. I liked everything except for the shoulders. I'm going to be honest. Like, the shoulders just weren't it for me. I don't know what was up with the shoulders.
You're not a shoulder guy?
I wasn't an Ironheart shoulder guy. I do like shoulders. I wasn't an Ironheart shoulder guy. They were just these big, bulky things that just didn't mesh well with the suit. Like, what was going on in the design process? We're like, make the shoulders bigger. And then they made them bigger. Like, nah, make them bigger. And then they just did that 20 more times, and they're like, all right, it's good enough. Like, I don't know. I don't understand it.
Looked like she had, like, extra large shoulder pads on.
Yeah, not even that. Like, 10x size shoulder pads on. It just didn't make sense.
I mean, as for comic accuracy, I would say, almost got it. I feel like maybe that was only a Mark II, so I think if they had two more,
they might slim down, accurate,
but
I definitely like the Mark I outfit for Ironheart. I think it was funny they went and attacked trying to get Riri, and one of the freaking
sounded like you said wee wee.
You're a child. I said Riri.
Sounded like you said wee wee.
Anyways, one of the police officers or whoever's trying to go and get her, he said, "Oh crap, she's got an Iron Man suit." And I was like, "Yes, she does."
Yep.
And then she didn't. She had her own suit. That was not Iron Man at all.
No, I actually, so I had a question about how she was getting her tech and stuff, and Shuri kind of went and actually answered that question for me. She looked at the blueprints and said, "You have Stark tech? I thought you can't get Stark tech anymore." And that's, like, put it together, because I kind of asked, like, how... Well, it doesn't answer the how, but I was asking, like, did she make it herself, or is it actual Stark tech? But Shuri said it's Stark tech, so I was like, oh, cool.
Anyone can get anything, I guess.
Yeah, it's still out there.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not like it disappears, but...
Yeah. Yep, but how I ultimately think about the suit, how we ultimately think about the suit, could be rephrased into one line from Iron Man back in 2008.
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the Green Ranger, waiting for Tommy to come out with the Dragon Zord. That's what I'm waiting for at this point in time.
She should have pulled out the pan flute, dude.
That would have been awesome. If she would have pulled out a pan flute, I would have lost it. I would have lost my mind in that theater. I would have been the only one cheering at that point. Because I probably would have been, you and me probably would be the only ones getting that reference.
I would definitely been confused if the Dragon Zord were to pop out. I would be like...
I would have gotten it. I would be like, Power Ranger, Dragon Zord. All right, where's Tommy at? I'm waiting for that. I really do hope, side note, that they make another Power Rangers movie.
I was just saying that.
I liked
It wasn't terrible.
I
really
liked
it.
the reboot that they did. I really did. What I could have done differently was Goldar and not being just made of gold, like actually be Goldar. Other than that, I really liked it. I really liked the Power Rangers movie. Now, when they mentioned Tommy, I was really excited, and then now they're not doing it, and I'm really upset.
Yeah, they were doing it, but then they're not doing it.
It's really upsetting that they're cutting good movies away.
Yeah, because then we could have seen because my favorite from the TV show was when they fought Tommy.
Yeah.
And first met him. That was like the best. So they could have done that. Anyways, back on point. I saw somewhere, I didn't fully read it, but I saw somewhere that Namor is actually setting up the X-Men.
Really? I didn't see that.
I don't know. Like, again, I didn't read it, so I don't.
Well, and we forgot to mention this.
Oh, he's a mutant.
He's a mutant. He even says that he's a mutant. So that makes the second mutant named in the MCU. First one being Miss Marvel. Second one being Namor. So slowly but surely we're getting mutants in the MCU.
I swear they better not make Miss Marvel and Namor X-Men. That would make me beyond upset.
I saw something where the actress that plays Starfire in the Titans TV show, she wants to play Storm. So I don't know if what your guys' opinion would be on that. But
I don't think it would be terrible. I don't think it would be a terrible casting.
All I know is I want them to bring the Mohawk back for Storm. I liked that version of Storm in X-Men Apocalypse. I liked the Mohawk version because that was just really cool. I just like that version.
So we talked about one of the times we cried during that movie, but we need to talk about the second time we cried, and that's when Shuri went to Haiti to visit Nakia. And
this is the post-credit scene, by the way.
Well, the ending / post-credit scene, because it ended with her in Haiti. That's when
that's right.
went and said he wanted to challenge. So she went to kind of get away from everything and to mourn the loss of her mom and her brother, finally. And when she did, there was a little bit of a tribute at the end of Chadwick Boseman. That was sad. But the saddest part for me, and it was more like sweet, kind of like sad.
Like a bittersweet?
Yeah, was Nakia walks out with a little boy. And at first I was like, oh, one of her students. Because she was teaching at a school in Haiti. And everybody throughout the movie is asking her, why did you leave? Why did you leave? Because she kind of left while T'Challa was sick. And it was...
Because this was a year after... This took place a year after T'Challa died, which was 5 years after he disappeared. Mm-hmm. So it was about 6-7 years in total that Nakia had been gone because she left after T'Challa blipped out or faded away because of the Thanos snap. So then she left, and then obviously he blipped back, and I guess she never came back.
Well, he had to have visited her because this little boy was introduced to Shuri, and Nakia says, I want you to meet your Aunt Shuri. So this was T'Challa's son.
But see, that doesn't make sense. If he after the blip, it wouldn't have happened after the blip. It would have happened before. Had to have taken place between the end of Black Panther and Infinity War.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Because the child wasn't 1 year old.
No, he was like 10.
He was like 7, 8.
8, yeah, around there. But no, anyway, so Nakia introduces this boy to Shuri by saying, like, oh, this is your Aunt Shuri. And then where it gets even rougher at this point is he mentions his name, and Nakia says, tell her your real name. Or he said, I'm sorry. He says, I heard you can keep it secret. That's not my actual name. And Shuri asks, what's your name? And he says, my name is T'Challa, son of King T'Challa.
No, his name is Prince T'Challa.
Oh.
Son of King T'Challa. So in a way, they did recast T'Challa, in a way. But at the same time, they didn't. I thought it was a very clever way that they did that. They're keeping T'Challa in the MCU, but at the same time, still passing the torch to...
Yeah. So it was definitely nice, and one thing, Anthony sent this to me. One thing we didn't pick up right away was in the Black Panther movie, when T'Challa goes to the ancestral realm and talks to T'Chaka, his father, he says, a father who has not prepared his son for his death is not a good father. And Nakia asks her son T'Challa, your father prepared us for his death, didn't he? And it was like...
It was a big reference back to the first Black Panther.
Yeah, definitely hits you right in the heart. You're just like... This movie's a tearjerker.
It really was. Like,
it's kind of a rough movie to watch. You're just kind of like... The entire time you're like...
It was definitely on the longer side of the MC movies. It was roughly around 2 hours and 40 minutes for this movie. Yeah, it's just...
It's worth it, though.
Definitely worth it.
It was a great movie. The only reason we didn't give it a 5 out of 5 is because the Ironheart suit. That's
the
it.
shoulders.
That is
those
it.
shoulders, man.
Like, if that was good, this would have been one of the most perfect Marvel movies to come out.
This ends Phase 4 of the MCU. Ant-Man Quantumania will start us in Phase 5, which comes out in February or March? February. And
that'll be another passing of the torch.
That'll be another passing of the torch type movie. Like, throughout the whole... out of all of Phase 4... Because in Phase 1 and 2 and 3, Marvel had the same formula, had the superhero build-up, fight the big bad, ends the movie, superhero wins. That wasn't the formula in all of Phase 4. Not necessarily. Because not every time in these movies did the big bad get beat. Namor, Kingpin, and Hawkeye, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Because he didn't get beat, he took up the name U.S. Agent instead.
So I was working for the Thunderbolts.
And I read that on the note of the Thunderbolts, that the Thunderbolts is going to drop a big bomb in the MCU when that movie comes out, and that's going to mark the end of Phase 5. So I don't know. I really don't. Harrison Ford is taking up the role of General Ross.
Is that official now?
It is. He's taking up the role as General Ross.
I thought he said he was done after Indiana Jones. That dude lied.
Indiana Jones hasn't come out yet. So, I mean, technically he's not done yet, if we're being completely honest.
Well, and then again, he's going to be pretty much doing the voice of the Red Hulk. You know?
Red Hulk isn't confirmed, though. He's not confirmed at all. I think the only thing that was it mentioned in She-Hulk when she's like, is there going to be a red version? Something like that. Other than that, we have no indication of a Red Hulk being active.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't see them doing Thunderbolt Ross anymore.
No.
But
I guess we'll find out. I'm still waiting on Doctor Doom. I'm waiting on Victor Von Doom, I'll say, to make an appearance here soon.
I'm waiting for anybody from the Fantastic Four, whether it's a bad guy or like a hero at this point. I don't even care anymore. I'm waiting for just a Fantastic Four mention because this is bull crap. Comic-Con they were supposed to, D23 they were supposed to, She-Hulk they were supposed to. I was thinking for sure Wakanda Forever they were going to. I got nothing. One of my favorite superhero groups. Where they at? I don't know.
I think everyone's waiting on the
They're
Fantastic...
in Phase 6 somewhere, but...
I think everyone's waiting on the Fantastic Four is because they did such a poor job in the last Fantastic Four movie, and...
Hey, you know what, though? In the last video we talked about quality over quantity. If they're going to make another Fantastic Four, I want the quality. I want the quality. So, I complain now, but, with how much we're waiting, I just can only anticipate that it's going to be good. You know? So...
What's next? What's left for the MCU this year? We just got the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special that comes out next month. Other than that, pretty sure superhero movies are done for 2022.
So
and we got a lot to look forward to next year.
Quantumania is going to be good, though. We're not going to talk too much on that because that's going to be another...
We'll talk about it in another video.
Yeah. I actually have a theory. I don't know if I want to share with you now or if I want to share when we record.
Let's hear it.
I'm going to bleep it out for them, but I just don't think it'll...
Why would you bleep it out? Unbleep it.
No, it's bleeped. They got to wait. You got to wait.
What if I say it?
I'll bleep it too.
Well, that's rude. I don't get it. No control over if I get bleeped or not?
No.
That's okay, that's rude.
I could have bleeped you out this entire time. And you wouldn't know it.
I don't. I guess I'm just mute at this point. I don't know. I think it will happen. I definitely think it's going to happen. Mm-hmm. Like I said, passing of the torch. I forget. He can just bleep it later. Yeah. Like, pretty much all we got. Go see Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
It's good.
Great movie. I might go see it again.
Well, I'm going to go see it again.
I'll probably go see it again, too.
Make sure to follow our Instagram, TikTok, Twitch.
There's videos on TikTok now. There's 2.
About to be 3.
About to be 3. We'll see what... I don't even know what it's going to be, but it's going to be 3.
But make sure you go follow those. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe. If you guys keep subscribing, obviously we're going to put out more videos. We'd definitely like to see the subscribers go up. We have 50 now, so go us.
Yay! Oh, that's what that was. I thought you were going like, yes! No, makes sense. All right.
But yeah, so keep subscribing. We'll put out more content. We're really excited about making these videos. I love making these videos. They're fun. It's just something that I get to do for fun, you know.
You get to do.
We get to
not
do.
we.
Yeah.
No.
I was talking for me.
I get to do.
I was talking for me. You can talk for you. Is it fun for you?
Go get Chad.
Is it fun?
Just go get Chad.
Everybody who's ever been in a video thinks they're really fun. How about that?
Like I said, go get Chad.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for geeking out with us.